Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it's not a great day in Newcastle, to be honest, but I'm standing outside today to discuss you about our co-owner Amanda Staveley, because publicly today, for the first time I believe since Newcastle have actually bought back the strawberry land, of course just behind the Gallagher end at St James's Park. Mike Ashley previously owned that land. He sorted for uni accommodation, of course he did, easy money for him. But Newcastle have thankfully bought it back, and it means long term Newcastle will be looking to extend the Gallagher end. So Amanda herself actually came out today and she's discussed some nuggets of information about what fans should expect to happen in the future in regards to the expansion, to give out her thoughts about the stadium. Some interesting bits of information I think you guys should hear about, so that's why I'm here today with the video. But anyway, if you are new around here and you like what you're watching, make sure I get down there, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoy the content. And finally, make sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section regarding St James's Park. I think probably the biggest talking point about St James's Park is a lot of people still believe Newcastle should move the ground. Some people are saying, well, listen, we could just build a new mega stadium, let's move it elsewhere, it'd be easier for the club, but we should just do this now. For me, I'm always against that, to be honest, because I've been to the stadiums, the likes of West Ham, of course, we just played on last week, winning 5-1. The atmosphere is so flat in these brand new stadiums, there's no life in it whatsoever. I just feel like if Newcastle was to have a new football stadium, we would just completely kill this atmosphere. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my personal opinion anyway. But as for Amanda Staveley herself, so she's came out, she's spoken to the Chronicle today, she's been giving out some information about what the club is actually trying to do with the strawberry land. But I think the best way to start this video off is by talking to you guys about what the club is actually going to do short term with strawberry land anyway. So it was about a month ago or so now the club actually announced it. So pretty much Newcastle is planning on making a fan zone there. So Newcastle short term want a fan zone, help improve the atmosphere for a game, and then long term it's believed that Newcastle wants to expand the Gallagher end. So as for the fan zone, the club is wanting, I would guess, an indoor pavilion. As you can see, it is absolutely soaking out here. I can't imagine there'll be much outdoor stuff, especially when the weather's bad like this, for example. So I think an indoor pavilion would be my prediction. Potentially get some local music on there, if not have a guest speaker on before the game. So for example, I don't know, Shea Given comes in before the game, somebody from the club is speaking to Shea Given. Good chance for the fans for the match to get engaged with legends of the football club. So that would be my personal prediction, as well as that some fun games for the kids. So I know a bouncy castle, maybe a football game where you try and knock the ball in the top corner. There's just some enrichment for the kids, I suppose. Actually, I don't know why I said enrichment, because it sounds like an animal, but yeah, that was probably the short-term plan of the club. So they wanted a fan zone. Within the next few years, they'll start expanding the stadium once they know what they want to do with the ground. It's quite hard, and we'll explain Amanda Staveley's quote in just a second, but it will be hard to expand the Gallagher because you still got to make sure everything's spot on. I think you can fit as many fans in as possible. I think an example being the road behind the Gallagher end. The RVI, or the NHS ambulances, use that road to get to the RVI, so of course you're going to remove that road, you would need something in place for them to get the RVI still. So it's little bits and bobs like that what you need to sort out with the council. So it's going to take a while, as well as that you got a metro that runs underneath St James's Park. So you've got all sorts of things you would need to sort with the council. But long term, the club would be looking towards and getting that back end expanded. But listen, you're not here to hear my thoughts, are you? Here for Amanda Staveley. So let's get it up on the phone now. So she spoke to the Chronicle this morning about what she believes she wants to happen with the club. So let's get through it one by one. So she came out and she said, and I quote, "We love St James's Park. We luckily bought Strawberry Place and we've been talking to the architects about what we can actually do." An example of this, by the way, is with the training ground. So of course, again, the training ground will be moving at some point. For now, short term, they've been adding bits to the training ground. Within the next 5-6 years, they'd expect to have a complete new training ground in a different location. Now the Jig Tech architects, I remember doing a video on these guys, so these actually came out with a training ground plan. So they had a brand new stadium for the under-23s, the women's right next to the training ground. I had, I think it was 12 different pitches, the one for all the youth teams. I mean, it's a really advanced technology. They wanted a lot of things sorted out with the club. And these would be the sort of guys that would be speaking to Amanda Staveley and saying, "Oh, St James's Park, you've got this land available now, we can do this, this, this and this with the land." So it's a case where it's going to take a time to sit down, everyone. We can't get any full answers. In terms of the expansion, I still don't think you get any clear answers off the club for at least another year or so. I think over time it'll be just nuggets of information until the club actually gets a clear answer themselves, because it's still a case that it's ongoing. The club's still speaking to everyone at the minute, so it's just a matter of time, waiting to see. But I think it's still important anyway to kind of talk about it, just so you guys know what's going on. I think the clarity between the clubs is always quite important. Remember, Mike Ashley never got anything off him, so I think the clarity from the fans to the clubs now is very important. So we continue. We create so much magic in that stadium every day, and every time there is a game on. Sky love come to the ground. The broadcasters love it because they get real content. There's that sense of excitement that we have to build and deliver because a lot of people can't visit St James's Park. So again, she's just building up how good things have been over the season. On the other side, there needs to be a significant investment in food and beverage. So food and drink, you go to St James's Park, it's not great, is it? I think Tottenham away is probably a good example. You go there, you get your pints directly poured on. There's a brewery inside the stadium, so you get fresh pints in the stand. Food as well. I mean, it's not really stadium food. You also get like the chicken katsu curry. You get all sorts inside the ground. I mean, I wouldn't really say it's stadium food, to be honest, but it's definitely nice at least. Whereas in James's Park, you just get a half-arsed burger, you get a heated up pack of chips and nuggets. It's not great, is it? Pints, you get you get bottles of Carling, bottles of Amstel, bottles of the cider. So I can't remember what the cider was now, but it's not ideal, is it? So she wants to work in that. She's been saying as well, you've got to get the ticketing system right. There's been a historical 10-year season ticket plan. Literally every part of the business needs to be shaken up. She's not stupid. She clearly knows how the ground is levels behind where the club should be at. You see how quickly things have progressed with this football club. It's still nowhere near good enough in certain aspects of the ground. As for the ticketing system, she's been mentioning there about the 10-year season tickets. She's only on about the home season tickets there, so I'm not sure regarding the away games on a match day system how the club actually would handle ticketing. I know this season we introduced members, so members can pay, I think it's £30 a year. You get priority home tickets over general sale. So it's a bit more of a bracket for fans that can't get a home matches, have a better chance of going. But it's always going to be a case at St James's Park that 52,000 people is just not enough in Newcastle. We need more, hence why the stadium expansion is going to be happening at some point. So for Newcastle now, it's about the short-term involvement that we can do. How can we get more fans at the stadium that can't go on a regular basis? We've got to sort out the ticketing issues. I'm not entirely sure how the club would do it, to be honest. I wish I could come out here and give you a clear-cut answer regarding to the ticketing, but I've not got any idea of that. I think the most important part you need to take away from Amanda Staveley's interview for the Chronicle today is the words, St James's Park is the right place to be at, but it needs to be fit for purpose. I think fit for purpose is the three main words you should take away from this entire video. She is clearly not happy with the way the ground is now. She wants things to change. She's actively speaking to architects. She wants to expand St James's Park as quickly as possible. And I like this clarity from the ownership. She clearly wants fans to know that she's not happy. She wants things to change. She wants things to be better, which is exactly what you want to hear about the people that own your football club. So as for when you should expect things to change, it's always hard with a football stadium, especially when it's in James's Park, when it's in the centre of the city. We've got all sorts of issues around the other stands of the stadium. They got to get in. It's the only realistic place to expand on. And even then, there's still problems. We've only just bought the land. It's going to take time to actually figure out what we can do with the land, how the architects can figure out how you're going to shape the stadium. It's all of this stuff that's going to take years to sort out. So apologies if things aren't as clear cut as you might want from this video, or things aren't as clear cut as you might want from Amanda Staveley, but it's just one of them ones where you have to be patient. Things are going to take time. I know football fans at the minute, St James's Park is selling out every week. There's nothing more that fans want than to get inside the stadium. As well for the football club, commercially, you're missing out on money because you're not being able to get these fans inside the stadium. So it's one of them ones where the club want to move as quickly as possible, fans want to get in as quickly as possible, but it's just one of them ones where it's going to take time. It's not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day, I think the saying is. But yeah, hopefully you took a little bit away from this video. Apologies, it was a bit rambly at times, where you might not have got the answers that you want. At the end of the day, I just came out and spoken about Amanda Staveley's publicly said about the expansion. It's one of these ones where more nuggets of information will come out, but it's just going to take time. These things do take time. So hopefully you took something away from this video. You've learned a bit more about the expansion. That's the most important part. You want a clear-cut answer of where the stadium's going. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to let me know your thoughts down below. I'm absolutely soaking, so I'm going back inside the house now. Take care, and I will see you all in the next one.